From the IRC television studios on the SUNY Oneonta campus, this is Oneonta News Now.
I'm Caitlin Horrit.
And I'm Vincent Cataldo. And welcome everyone to the fall 2018 final episode of Oneonta News Now. It has been quite a wild ride, but definitely worth it.
So before we start the news and then cry because our producer Leslie is leaving us, meteorologist Matthew Miles joins us with a look at the Oneonta weather cam.
Thanks, Caitlin. So we have had some cold weather go on the last couple of days. I'm going to let you know how long that's going to last after the break. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Matt. Coming up next, we have your campus and local news, so stay tuned to Oneonta News Now.
Boom.
I'm so
Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
For local news, the Department of Environmental Conservation officials are questioning 3 people in connection with the investigation of the killing of 8 deer that were found shot last week in Otsego County, according to a spokesperson for December Region 4. The spokesman said no arrests have yet been made. Together with the state police, game wardens from the DEC continue their investigation this week after several young does, fawns, and a buck were found early last Thursday outside the village of Milford in an area off County Route 35 and Whiteman Road. Canine units from both agencies were on the scene Thursday morning to search for shell casings, but none were recovered in the initial search. The deer were sent to a lab in Del Mar for analysis of the bullets used. Officials report that a 9th deer was shot but managed to escape. Further attempts to track the deer were reported unsuccessful.
A local chorus will take to the stage next week for its annual holiday concert. The Catskill Choral Society, a nonprofit organization, was established in 1970 in Oneonta as a community chorale, according to Sarah Ferguson. The group composed of about 70 members rehearses under the artistic direction of G. Roberts Kolb and seeks to enrich, challenge, and serve its members to attain musical proficiency and to enhance the musical life of the community through public presentations of the highest artistic merit. Members include people from Otsego County and beyond. The group travels from places as far as Delhi to Walton, from Clinton and Cherry Valley, as well as Cooperstown and Oneonta, with backgrounds ranging in areas from agriculture to medicine, music to hospitality, management and teaching. Many of these society's members have been active for 2, 3, or 4 decades, Ferguson said. The society sponsors children and youth choruses for children ages 6 to 14, which focus on age-appropriate musical and voice training under the direction of Cindy Donaldson.
In some more important local news, 291 students graduated from SUNY Oneonta this past Sunday. Alumni Fieldhouse was filled with the families, friends, and loved ones of the December graduates. The ceremony was conveniently less than an hour, and the president of our university, Barbara Jean Morris, gave a great speech about how when she was little, her dad used to drop her off in the middle of the desert and tell her to find her way home. Everyone was concerned at first, but the story ended with a great message of perseverance. As graduates crossed the stage, they were only greeted with a handshake and no diploma because, well, they still have to take finals. Some very overzealous graduates crossed the stage throwing up peace signs or rock on signs. One graduate even decided to embarrass himself by rolling up his sleeve and flexing all the way across the stage. Congratulations to all the December graduates. I hope you all stop crying yourself to sleep soon because you don't want to leave this place. Hugs and kisses.
An event way more important than graduation is the Terps Dance Company's annual performance, which took place this past weekend. The show was called Terps Rewind, and it featured an insane amount of extremely talented students. Our very own Natalie and Katie are a part of Terps, and wow, did they do a phenomenal job. As Katie says, Terps is the dopest show on campus. The show featured everything from a Christmas kickline number to a gorgeous lyrical dance to the song I Came Here for Love, where they kept throwing petals in the air. I'm still not sure where they got all the petals from, so I guess it is also a magic show. Huge round of applause to all those Terp dancers. We already cannot wait to see the show next semester.
Thanks, Vincent. We have your entertainment news when we come back, so stay tuned to Oneonta News Now.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
We're back with your entertainment news update with Natalie Costanza and Felicia Lewis. What's going on this week in entertainment?
There are a ton of great things happening on our campus this week. The campus is certainly getting festive for the upcoming holiday seasons. Join the Outdoor Adventure Club this upcoming Sunday, December 9th at College Camp. Celebrate the Yuletide Festival at 1 p.m. on Sunday. Many different activities will be taking place, such as a hunt for the Yuletide log. Light refreshments will be provided, and all of the activities and events are free for all students. Pre-registration is not required for this event, and there will be transportation provided by the Outdoor Adventure Club staff. If you would like to arrange a ride, the club is asking you call 607-436-3455 in advance. Let's get festive, Oneonta. This Tuesday, December 11th, is study day on campus in preparation for all final exams. However, if you're looking for a stress-free zone, head over to the Hunt Union at 8 p.m. Singer-songwriter Olivia Faribaugh will be performing. Faribaugh will also be leading a songwriter's workshop for students to learn about making their own music. Tickets are free for all SUNY Oneonta students and $3 for the general public. Tickets go on sale at 1 p.m. on the 11th. You will not want to miss this event or the opportunity to de-stress and make some music.
The case of the flirty Instagram comment has struck again. On Sunday, Halsey posted a video on Instagram playing some chords on her guitar and looking pensively into the distance. However, the Bad at Love singer was having a bit of a rough time. Well, have no fear because John Mayer's flirting is here. A screenshot by the Instagram profile Comment by Celebs showed that the free-falling singer wrote, "I can be over to break your heart in 20." It looks like Halsey's comment section is his wonderland. After the romance rumors started fluttering about, Halsey quickly shut down any romance speculation with a very apt tweet in which she said, "I just had a groundbreaking idea. What if we let female artists have friends without assuming that they are sleeping together?" On Tuesday night, Halsey was seen out with British musician Youngblood in Los Angeles and looking rather infatuated. They may just be friends or they could be more. Either way, it's clear Halsey is focused on the I in him and I. Last night, John Mayer went on Instagram Live like he does every Sunday, but this time with Halsey, and she literally admitted that her and John Mayer have feelings for each other, but will never date, but that she does want to do the dirty with him. He may be Magic Mike, but Channing Tatum doesn't have any magic tricks when it comes to getting the glue off his hands. Tatum and his 5-year-old daughter, Everly, spent their Sunday afternoon making homemade slime. The Smallfoot star documented their day with the slime in a series of videos posted to his Instagram story. Making home scientific experiments with Everly is just one of the many activities they like to do together. At the Smallfoot premiere in September, he talked about how Everly has already proven she inherited his dance skills. Channing said, quote, "She's always had dance moves. She does her own dance moves. I don't know where she gets them, but she's been doing them since the day she came out." It seems like a close call as to who would win the battle of Channing and Everly versus the slime, but it looks like the Tatums emerged victorious. You can catch the movie Smallfoot in the Red Dragon Theater on campus this weekend.
Do you think you'll go see the movie this weekend?
I think I will.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
Does.
Well, that's all of our entertainment news. Back to you, Caitlin.
Thanks for joining us, Natalie and Felicia. We have your national news coming up next, so stay tuned to ONN.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
News. As civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump blasted police on Sunday for the fatal shooting of a black man at an Alabama mall, a relative holding photos of the man collapsed, wailing. As family members helped her up and consoled her, she kept repeating a detail that Crump had just offered reporters. Amantic Bradford Jr. had been shot in the face. Crump and family members accused the Hoover Police Department office who shot Bradford of rushing to judgment, failing to provide a warning before shooting, and declining to provide medical assistance to the 21-year-old they knew as EJ. He saw a black man with a gun, and he made his determination that he must be a criminal. Crump said, flanked by about 24 of Bradford's relatives, they concluded their investigation while EJ was lying on the mall floor, bleeding out, dying. There's a murderer on the loose, largely because police rushed to judgment. Police initially said Bradford had shot and injured 2 people before saying he was probably not the shooter. Police have not identified the suspect, who is at large. Bradford's family demanded that investigators immediately release all video of the incident. They also claimed Hoover police never contacted them before the initial report or after correcting it, leaving them to glean details from social media and other police agencies. Not only did they assassinate his person, but they truly assassinated his character, Crump said.
Thousands of flights were canceled or delayed, and 14 million people were under a blizzard warning Sunday as a storm brought snow, wind, and rain to large stretches of the Midwest on a major Thanksgiving holiday travel day. Kansas City International Airport was closed to flights arriving on the airfield due to low visibility caused by weather conditions and limited visibility under a quarter mile, according to an airport tweet. Kansas government Jeff Kohler issued a state of emergency declaration for the state, and officials said road conditions were treacherous in some areas. There were reports of snow as high as 16 inches in parts of Iowa, with other areas reporting 3 inches to 10 inches. Bayville, Kansas notched 10 inches and 7 inches fell in Salina, Kansas. The weather system forecasts to move in the Great Lakes region before hitting the Northeast on Monday, according to CNN meteorologist Haley Brink.
2 Minneapolis police officers were suspended after decorating a Christmas tree with half-crushed cans of Steel Reserve malt liquor, crumpled bags of Takis chips and Funyuns, a cup from Popeyes, and 2 packs of Newport cigarettes. All the decorations were pieces of actual garbage and were accented by a single strip of yellow crime scene tape, posing as tinsel. City Councilman Felipe Cunningham, who represents constituents in Near North neighborhood, home to a majority of black people, said, "These pieces of trash were deliberately chosen to represent how certain officers feel about the community they serve. That black people are a stereotype to be mocked, and the lives of those they may serve may as well be reduced to trash in the gutter." Mayor Jacob Frey described the tree as racist, despicable, and well beneath the standards of any person who serves the city of Minneapolis.
This is the national news story we have all been waiting for. Tumblr will permanently ban adult content from its platform on December 17th in a move that will eradicate porn-related communities on the platform and fundamentally alter how the service is used. The ban includes explicit sexual content and nudity, with a few exceptions. Banned content includes photos, videos, and GIFs of human genitalia, female-presenting nipples, and any media involving sex acts, including illustrations. The exceptions include nude classical statues and political protests that feature nudity. The new policies announcement comes just days after Tumblr was removed from Apple's iOS App Store over a child pornography incident. After December 17th, any explicit post will be flagged and deleted by algorithms. Users have responded in outrage and making posts making fun of the ban, particularly the phrase female presenting nipples. Even some celebrities have criticized the move. Chance the Rapper tweeting, "They banned nipples on Tumblr, but I'm seeing people get murdered graphically every day on this app. Like real snuff videos, non-related to police shootings." What the fuck, yo? That shit honestly terrible for my mental and finding up how I value human life. Help? Clark Gregg, most well known for his portrayal of Agent Collusion in Marvel movies, tweeted at the Tumblr handle, #lame.
Thanks, Caitlin, and RIP to Tumblr. When we come back, our meteorologists will take a look at your 5-day weather forecast so us hoes can know what the weather for SantaCon is going to be. Stay with us.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Oneonta News Now. Now finally, we are going to find out what the weather has in store for us this week with our meteorologist, Matthew Miles. Let's bring a round of applause for Matthew. Yes.
Thanks, Caitlin. It's good to be back. It's, been a while, but, the weather doesn't stop, so we got to keep talking about it. So as we get into it, we have a nice picture going over by, Hobart Hall. A nice picture, but don't let it deceive you on how cold it is actually outside. As you can see, the leaves have fallen off the trees, and it is getting closer and closer to winter time, and it's starting to feel like it. The current temperature is 20 degrees. Today we had about, partly cloudy skies, but it is starting to get cooler and cooler outside, and we had a north wind speed of about 10 miles per hour. It was nice to see not very much rain or snow go on today. Sort of a nice day to sort of walk around during the day, but tonight it's going to start cooling off quite a bit. 16 degrees as a low for tonight, so definitely bundle up if you are planning on walking around campus or going into town. We will have partly cloudy skies with a northwest wind of about 7 to 9 miles per hour. As for tomorrow, we're looking about a high of 29 degrees, so not even cracking 30 degrees, maybe possibly getting to the 30-degree threshold, but that's about it. We're having partly cloudy skies again. We're not going to have much of a wind speed, though. It's coming from the south at about 3 to 5, 4 miles per hour. So don't look for a significant wind speed for tomorrow, but it's not going to be very warm, so make sure to bundle up for your Wednesday. As for looking into the northeast in New York State for tomorrow, Oneonta 29, Binghamton 32, Syracuse 32, Buffalo in the 30s, Watertown 31, and then down in New York City, you're looking at about 35, Long Island area 35 degrees as well. As for tomorrow night, it's going to be a little warmer, about 26 degrees as our low, so definitely warmer than tonight, but definitely still not that warm outside. 26 is a little cold, partly cloudy skies still, so still no precip in our current forecast with a southwest wind of about 6 to 8 miles per hour. Now, the big question, what's SantaCon going to be looking like, how warm, and we'll get right to that. So Wednesday, we have a high of about 29, Thursday 30, Friday 25, SantaCon, and Saturday is about 26, and then 30 on Sunday, but the Friday for SantaCon weekend, a low of 11 degrees, and then Saturday a low of 16 degrees. It will not be snowing. The best chance for snow is Thursday or Friday. Thursday has a chance of about 60%, scattered flurries throughout the day. Friday, the same thing, about 50%. Before I turn it back over to everyone, I just want to give a shout out to our producer, Leslie. Leslie, you've been, a great person to get to know these last couple of years, and I just want to thank you for your hard work and dedication, and most importantly, just being a great friend to me, and I will always cherish that. So shout out to Leslie. Best of luck in the future. I know you're going to do great. So back to you. Look, over at the news desk, Joanna.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Matthew. It is so great to be back at the news desk where I belong. Yes, feels so good. Tonight I have a very special segment for you where I am going to recap the best moments of the fall 28 semester. So, for a walk down memory lane, we started off the fall 2018 semester with Vinny, the new co-host, who rudely replaced me. It's fine, I'm not mad. And then Piff Cliff became a thing on Instagram where every dumb thing that SUNY Oneonta students do get put up on the internet. So that's great. Our new president, Barbara Jean Morris, did some cool things like eat pizza with the students in the residence halls, and she cooked in Mills dining halls. Our campus was overcome with vaping this semester as well. You literally cannot walk past 3 people without seeing someone sucking on a jewel. The fall concert was American Authors, who had a crowd of a whopping 20 people. Guess it was not the best day of their lives. We had a huge issue with people getting hit by cars on campus. Can you believe that 4 different people got violently hit by cars? Crazy. Jimmy T started taking Rhode Island IDs again, so that was super exciting. And the SIP started selling shirts with the iconic quote that was written on the bathroom walls, "Nothing matters, this place isn't real." This, of course, caused all the townies to get really mad and defensive. As we moved into the colder weather, aka Halloween, the new hookah bar in town opened up, and by hookah bar, I mean a place where those without a fake ID go because they can inhale tobacco while listening to club music until 4 in the morning. Jimmy T started doing this wild thing where it opened the Thursdays before break so every student could lose their sanity in Jimmy's on a Thursday. Hunt Union still has asbestos, which is literally no surprise. And to start wrapping this up, the greatest moment of the fall 2018 semester was when we brought Vinny's brother on the show to roast him. I mean, look at his face. Priceless. Thanks for sticking with me for that wild ride. For Oneonta News Now, I'm Joanna Winehammer. Katie and Vinny, I guess you can come back to the desk now. Oh, shoot.
Well, I really did not need to remember most of those things, or any of those things, but thank you, Joanna. Okay, in international news, the Ukrainian military said Sunday that Russian boats opened fire and seized 3 of its ships near Crimea, escalating a standoff over the Kerch Strait, a key waterway that holds strategic importance for both countries. The incident marks a major escalation in tensions between the 2 former Soviet republics. On Monday, Ukrainian lawmakers will vote on whether to declare martial law following a proposal by the country's president, Petro Poroshenko. An emergency United Nations Security Council meeting has been called for Monday to discuss the issue. 6 of its sailors were injured in the incident, Ukraine's Navy said, adding the tugboat and the Berdyansk were disabled by Russian forces and were being towed away by the Russian Navy. The undamaged Nikopol also is under Russian control, Ukraine said.
As many as 145 whales have died after being found stranded on a remote beach in New Zealand, conservation officials said Monday. 2 pods of pilot whales were discovered just over a mile apart on Mason Bay, Stewart Island, a sparsely populated island in the country's south. Authorities were first alerted to the mass stranding by a hiker Saturday evening. Half of the whales were already dead. The remaining animals were later euthanized according to New Zealand's Department of Conservation. A Stewart Island operations manager for the DOC, Ren Lepin, said that the remote location and condition of the surviving whales made it impossible to save them. He described the decision as heartbreaking. The exact reasons why the whales and dolphins become stranded are not fully understood. Contributing factors can include sickness, navigational error, geographical features, a rapidly falling tide, being chased by a predator, or extreme weather, the DOC statement said.
More than 200 people were arrested and dozens were injured in Paris on Saturday after clashes erupted between police and protesters, according to a police spokesman. The spokesman said at least 92 people had been injured, including 14 police officers, after protesters with the Yellow Vest movement took to the streets to demonstrate against rising gas prices and taxes on polluting forms of transport. One of the people who died was an 80-year-old woman who was killed after being hit by a tear gas canister that was thrown at her apartment window during Saturday's protests. Saturday's protests marked the third consecutive week of such demonstrations, although Saturdays were smaller than previous ones, with an estimated of 36,500 participants. Last week, about 53,000 people participated and 113 participated the week before.
An estimated 85,000 children under the age of 5 may have died from extreme hunger or disease since the war in Yemen escalated more than 3 years ago, according to the Save the Children Federation. These numbers detail the horrors of the world's worst humanitarian crisis as intense fighting has erupted in Yemen's strategic port city of Hodeida, vital entry point for the UN and other humanitarian, and the center of the conflict between the U.S.-backed, Saudi-led coalition and the Iranian-aligned Houthis. The renewed violence follows progress toward ending Yemen's war of nearly 4 years, a conflict that has killed at least 10,000 people and pushed the nation to the brink of the world's worst famine in 100 years, leaving 14 million people at risk of starvation, according to the United Nations.
Thanks, Vincent. Stay tuned to ONN for your weekly sports update with Jared Baez. And, oh wow, Matthew Miles will be joining. Jared, don't go away.
What a guy.
Just wait.
Oh, what the soup?
I'm like, just wait.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Welcome back to Oneonta News Now. So Jarrett and Matt, let us know what's going on in sports and fashion this week.
Well, Caitlin and Vincent, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to sports, so let's get right to it.
Well, hello.
Oh, wow, Matt
okay if I
Miles.
sit
Yeah, go right ahead, man.
I was expecting a throne, but I guess I'll take this chance.
Miles, you really went all out.
I guess so.
So is your favorite football team the Giants?
Yeah, you can definitely tell, the Giants, number one. No, it's actually the Jets, Jarrett.
Well, I stand corrected. How much did you spend on that?
Too much, but that's besides the point.
All right, well, I guess we will get to our campus sports news.
Here we go.
The United Soccer coaches released the 2018 all-region teams, and SUNY Oneonta had 4 players honored for their outstanding seasons.
That's what we're talking about.
Junior Whitman Hernandez led the way with first-team selection, while senior Justin Caballero and sophomores Roberto Ventura and Scott Saballero earned second-team honors. And in case you didn't realize that 2 of those players had the same last name, oh my God, they are brothers. How cute is that?
What
Adorable.
can you say?
You can't say anything.
I don't know.
Hernandez being honored for a second time. Previously, he was selected in 2016 to the second team. Ventura, who was a first-team All-American last fall, is being recognized regionally for the second straight year, as is Scott Caballero. While Justin is earning recognition for the first time, we wish the men's soccer team had a more successful season, but oh well. One of their players isn't organizing SantaCon, so they're all right. For our men's basketball teams, well, they just lost to SUNY Plattsburgh, who is the 13th ranked team, and they also previously lost to Hartwick, so yeah, not doing too hot.
It's painful out there.
But today, folks, we have a very special surprise for you. Matt Miles is the assistant to the men's basketball team. So let's get the inside scoop on the team, man. Let's go.
Well, Jarrett, I'm very happy to be here.
I'm glad. So how's the team doing?
Well, you just pointed out that we just got wrecked this weekend, Jarrett, so I guess the answer would be not so well right now.
Not so well. Do you think they are playing poorly because Johnny Two Phones is no longer on the team?
I mean, Johnny Two Phones is now on my intramural basketball team, so I sort of recruited him to our team, so I guess it's sort of my fault then, you know.
607, this is Oneonta State. Never mind.
He sings all the time, he scores buckets.
What?
Nice ring to it.
What do you predict the rest of the season is going to bring?
I think the guys are going to get out of this funk. Potsdam and Plattsburgh are two very tough teams, and they've been practicing hard. We have a game. Ranked. Yeah, we have a game this Saturday against New Paltz, and hopefully that'll be a bounce back before we take a trip to California for a tournament. So.
All right, got you. So do people go and watch the games? Because I personally never have, you know.
See, Jarrett, this is the issue we have with our games, not enough support. You know, the arena holds 3,500 people. About 187 people on average show up.
All right, so you heard
you're
that, people.
killing it, Oneonta.
Go and support your Red Dragons. Come on, guys.
We will play better for you.
And lastly, Matt Miles, how did you get involved with the team, and what does it mean to you?
You know, I was actually taking a coaching basketball class. You know, no joke, and the coach was talking to me, and he's like, you know, we have a position open. And so that's how I was brought onto the team. I was introduced the first day to the guys, and ever since been watching film, tape, working with the players, you know, all that stuff. So it means a lot to me to be a part of a bigger than yourself type of program. So nice to put in the resume. But go Jets!
Go Jets. And that's it for your weekly sports report. Back to you at the news desk.
Bang it.
Thanks, Jared and Matt. Join us again next semester when Steve Genta takes over producing. Let's hope the show doesn't go to shit. For your up-to-date news, sports, weather, and more, I'm Vincent Cataldo.
And I'm Caitlin Horrit. Vinny and I would like to personally thank every member of our crew. So here we go. Nikki, our amazing floor manager, camera person, and editor. Casey, who is our fearless writer and camera one operator. Amazing Alicia, camera 3, the lovely Jess who runs our servers. Get ready to roll that outro, girl. Dami, who is our incredible technical director. Mikal, God bless Mikal. No, I said that wrong.
Goddamn.
Who does our graphics and always saves our butts when Leslie can't figure something out. Who deserves also a better shout out. Toby, who is our amazing audio person. Kate, who is the insanely talented teleprompter girl. Just saying that every person who starts on the teleprompter ends up running the show. Ooh. Steve, otherwise known as the MVP of WireTV, who is taking over the show and has been our engineer. And lastly, the whole WireTV club. And David Geasy, our advisor.
Katie, I think you forgot about the greatest producer of all time, Leslie.
Right. And our news director and producer, Leslie, who graduated and is somehow leaving us. And I don't even know what to say. I could say a lot of nice things. I'm going to start off with, honestly, okay, I transferred here, and I didn't know about this club, and then Leslie sent out this email, and she was like, we need an anchor and an entertainment person. And I met her that day, and she changed my life with that smile. She was the smiliest, happiest person ever, and she was so excited about this club, and she is the face around campus. And I'm going to miss seeing that face everywhere around campus. So we love you, Leslie.
She the bomb.
And I'm really sad I wish I could go out with you more.
Facts.
Well, I lost my part in the script. So I know that Leslie's crying in the control room right now. So this is fall semester of Oneonta News Now. Have a great night, holiday season. Don't go crazy over the winter break. We love you, Leslie.
Bye, Leslie. I love you, Leslie.
I'm upset.
I'm upset.
Is that it?
For the fall semester.
Not bad. Do we need a new SD card?